All right, welcome everybody. This is going to be our first run of Wellness Made Simple. So please, feel free to take notes, ask questions after we're done, and bear with me as I work through a new script and new slides here. But we're super excited about this um, wonderful new simple class that we get to teach. So, um, yeah, and I'm welcome to have feedback. So whatever you guys have to share with me afterwards, please feel free to do so. But I am Shannon Tremper. I'm a doTERRA wellness advocate, which simply means that my cool job is to help people feel better with natural solutions. And I've been doing this since May of 2017 after our son was introduced via Intune while he was sitting for his SATs. And that was the beginning of our journey. And it's a whole long story that I'm not going to share tonight, but aren't we all thankful that somebody took the time to introduce us to oils, right? Really cool. Okay. So, one reason that I continue to partner with doTERRA is really because of the science. I'm kind of a nerd by nature, and so the fact that doTERRA spends so much time, money into research to finding the true answers to things always makes me want to stay. It leads to amazing products like some we're going to share with you tonight, and results and relief for people that is unheard of. And we've all had our own stories of medical trauma. I know I have, and I'm sure you have, and I'd love to hear those. But tonight we're going to talk about solutions and things we can use to empower our health from the foundation up. And so, hence, this class is called Wellness Made Simple. I always love this quote: alternative medicine is only an alternative until it's proven, then it's just medicine, right? So we have modern medicine that costs $9.8 trillion each year globally, and we're sicker than we've ever been. We're spending more money than ever, and we're not any healthier for it. What we do get for our dollars, we manage our symptoms. And often we don't get to the real root of the problem. And we're treating these things with synthetic compounds that come from known and also come with unknown side effects. So often when you pick up a medication, you get a giant piece of paper, multiple pages that warn you about all the things that could go wrong, right? And how many times have you taken something to treat one thing and you end up with four other things that are just as bad? And so you stop taking that and go back to what should I do now? And it's time consuming, you guys, to go to the doctor and try and figure this out. And it's not cheap. Even if your deductible is met, your copays are high. The percentage that you're paying out of your pocket gets higher every year. And even though we're spending that money, we're not left with any real options, it seems, most of the time. So, what if we can make it simple? What if wellness was simple? What if your medicine cabinet was full of natural, efficient, and simple solutions? What if it only cost a few dollars a day to build a solid foundation for your health and the options of pennies per use when you had something pop up that you need to treat? Instead of side effects, you got side benefits. We say in doTERRA there's an 80-20 rule. When we need to go to the doctor, we go. That's usually 20% of the time. If your arm is broke or you need stitches, go to the hospital. But the other 80% of the time, you usually, if you have a good oil book or a good oil app, you can figure out how to treat your symptoms and get to the root of your problem at home. And when we talk about side benefits, you take peppermint to deal with your headache and your tummy gets better. That's just one simple example of how it works. We love those things. So, when it comes to alternative healthcare, solutions that are out there, there's a lot of voices, there's a lot of noise. So many ideas: reduce your cortisol, use magnesium spray, eat more protein. And I'm not saying that these are bad ideas, they're all good ideas, but sometimes we need to pick through the weeds to find the foundation to build on. When wellness gets complicated, people get overwhelmed and then they don't even try. They just give up. I know I do. If it's too much, I'm done. I'm not going to even try. So even though I'm a research girl, I can go down a rabbit hole real fast and not come up for days. So we want to make it so it's simple for you easy and we have quick solutions. That's what I'm always looking for. How about you guys? I want it to be easy to understand and able to be done in an efficient manner. So, the first part of this class is going to be about laying the foundation for wellness. And then I'm going to teach you about the oils that I think should be in every person's home medicine cabinet. So, natural tools at our fingertips means that we have them available and easy to access. And this workshop is going to be fully loaded. We're going to dig into what it means um, to get to wellness and then what we can do to maintain that. And let's lay the groundwork here. So, we'll be exploring essential vitamins, omegas, probiotics, key elements of supporting everybody's body. Just like building a solid foundation for a house, taking care of your health one step at a time creates lasting and meaningful habits and results. So I remember when we were a young couple and we were house hunting. One of our friends is a contractor, and he told me to take a tennis ball with me when I went house hunting. And I asked him why. And he said, I want you to roll that ball across the floor in any house that you're thinking about buying to make sure that it's not sloping. Because if there's a slope, it's a nope. That means that it's got a bad foundation. And that was great advice. One of the houses that we thought was really cute, I rolled that tennis ball and it went straight as fast as it could to the other corner. And I looked at my husband and I said, it's a nope because it's got a slope. So our friends can be a good source of information for us, but we really want someone who can be a guide, who will give you tips like take the ball and roll it across the floor. So that's what I want to be. I want to be your guide to your foundation of your wellness so that you're not searching and making bad decisions. So let's talk a little bit more about what natural health care is and how we use the oils. Natural health care is being empowered to manage your own mental, emotional, and physical well being. It also means having clean, green products to reduce the toxicity in your home and in your body. We want safe options and we want to have choices. So the average person puts about 700 chemicals on their body through their makeup, hair products, all the things that we use in a day. And we want to make choices that are not contaminating our body. One staple of natural health care is essential oils, which are simply naturally occurring aromatic components. Basically, good smelly stuff that does very good things for our body from plants. When they're distilled for purity, oils are extremely potent and efficient. And in most cases, just a few drops are all you need. Now, you might have heard me tell this story before, but I had a friend come up to me um, during a meeting and tap me on the shoulder and say, Shannon, my belly's upset. I need something. And I proceeded to dump a couple peppermint beadlets in his hand. Now, peppermint beadlet is 1/4 drop of peppermint, but 7 of them rolled out into his hand. And before I could say, Joe, just wait, he walked away and popped them in his mouth. And I knew what was coming. So I looked across the aisle and I watched his face get red because that was the equivalent if he had 7, 8, that, that's about 2 good drops. Well, 1 drop of peppermint oil is equal to 28 cups of peppermint tea. So it's strong. So when we tell you to only use a drop or 2, we really mean only a drop or 2. It's that potent. When it's pure and it comes from doTERRA, you know it's going to be powerful. And essential oils on their own can be used or as part of a protocol, including supplements, personal care products, the home products. All kinds of natural solutions are available for us every day to cover every issue really that we have. But we're now going to focus on natural things that you can use proactively to build and protect your health and wellness. But sometimes people are like, why doTERRA? There's all these other brands. Like, what makes you guys special? Well, let me tell you, if I'm in charge of my family's health and wellness, I want to do it with a company that I can trust to be safe, ethical, pure, and products that I know are going to give me the same result every single time. When I pick up my bottle of frankincense, I don't have to wonder, is it going to work like it did last month when I used it? I know every bottle is the same. And we have transparency that is unheard of. You can actually scan a QR code on your bottles to find out exactly where and when that particular bottle was harvested, and also testing results from outside vendors that take care of sourcing testing for us. And I love that about doTERRA. I love that I don't have to worry about those things. So this is the wellness pyramid, the foundation of your health. built from the ground up. We start with nutrition and digestion at the bottom, making sure our bodies get the nutrients they need and that they are absorbed properly. So, there's a story about absorption that I'll share briefly. I work for a chiropractor. One of my patients came in, she knew I was the vitamin queen. And so she said, I have to tell you something that happened. Her mom was in her 80s at the time. This was a few years ago. She's in her 90s now. Um, she said she was having her septic tank pumped. And the septic man came in and said, it's this much for your getting your pump tank, your tank pumped out today. And as she was writing her check, he said to her, you take a lot of vitamins, don't you? She said, well, that's a weird comment. How do you know that? And he said, because I can see them all. They're still whole when I'm pumping out your septic tank. And I was like, what? And she's like, yes. And that just reinforced to me that whenever you're taking supplements, you need to make sure that, we used to say that they were in a capsule or a caplet so that it would actually break down. You never wanted to take a solid vitamin because your body was just not going to be able to absorb it. So I love, as we start talking about VMG, the absorption rate on this is phenomenal because it goes straight into a liquid form. But I always have to share that graphic little story to get my point across that absorption is key. It doesn't do any good if it's going in and going out and nothing's happening along the way, right? We don't want to pay for expensive pee and all that. So next up in our chart is movement and metabolism. That's where we troubleshoot any movement issues like discomfort, the need for energy, motivation, or inflammation. We have great products for that. We can introduce you to products like MetaPower, which optimizes your body's metabolism. Then we get to the level of rest and manage stress, where we show you tools and products to help you get the best night's sleep ever with our Serenity system, and also reduce stress and balance your emotions with things like our adaptive or our balance. We affectionately call balance the I don't murder people oil because it allows you to feel your emotions and process them without getting off the deep end. We love that about balance. And then as we move to the higher levels in the pyramid, we start talking about reducing your exposure to toxins, um, replacing chemical products with natural ones, and also how we can detoxify our bodies to rid them of the toxic buildup that we've already gotten from past exposure. And then finally, when we reach the top two levels of the wellness pyramid, that's where we're able to take care of ourselves and our families safely, effectively, and inexpensively at home, as we talked about. We love the independence and empowerment that comes from these two levels. So this workshop is going to focus on products that will help you build your wellness lifestyle from the first level, the nutrition and digestion. So let's get into it. Your body needs essential vitamins, minerals, and omegas and probiome support in order to build a foundation for your health and wellness. You're probably not getting all the nutrients you need. Less than 10% of the American population is. It's really kind of sad. And there's simple ways to get started. There's 3 foundational products. The first one featured here is VMG. This is a revolutionary multivitamin drink designed to support overall wellness with focus on your heart, brain, and immune health. It combines a blend of vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and this fills the gaps in your nutrition. The plus in VMG Plus also indicates that there's a proprietary blend of essential oils, which adds an extra boost to your wellness support. I find this to be a phenomenal product that I never saw coming because I love lifelong vitality and swore by that. And now it's been upgraded, you guys, and it tastes good. One of the drawbacks common for vitamins is that people can't fully absorb them into your body, like we talked about. With BMG, it includes a bioavailability blend, which means that your body is able to absorb and use all the nutrients. The scientific research that we saw at Leadership was amazing about the absorption rate and how they can even go and test and see that things are still in your bloodstream up to 6 hours later. Best of all, even though it's green, it doesn't taste like it. It's delicious. You'll look forward to taking it. And there's no handful of pills here to swallow down. You simply mix it with some water, 5 to 8 ounces each morning, and it takes less than 2 minutes. We're talking about a 2-minute routine here to get our wellness done. How would you make this better? Well, oh, wrong slide. Let's try this. How would you make it better? Okay, let's talk about, oh, I think I got to go back one. Here we go. Better. Okay, better starts when we add our omegas. So one of the first things when I started using Lifelong Vitality, our previous vitamin program, the omegas are what stood out to me because it's very hard to get high quality omegas in the US, and we don't have a way to really consume them outside of taking supplementation. Where I live, I can't go and get the kind of fish that I would need to consume to even attempt to get the omegas that we can find in our vitamin packs here. So, all right, so let's talk about better. E Omega Plus is a premium supplement designed to support your heart, your brain, and your joint health. Each serving provides 2,000 milligrams of fish oil and includes 800 milligrams of omega-3 fatty acid with EPA and DHA. You need to have both those things. This unique blend of ingredients is aimed at promoting healthy inflammatory response, which is huge, you guys, and improving your cardiovascular function. In the studies that were done that we were reviewing this week, it showed that in an average hour, your heart would beat 8 times less per hour if you're taking the omegas, which adds up to a huge amount of less wear and tear on your heart over the course of a day, a week, a month, and the year. And this, I just feel like this EO omegas is a building block hero, like unsung, and everyone should be taking this. Also, the interesting thing is anyone who orders this is the highest reordered item of all doTERRA products at present. Once people take it and they feel the effects, they don't turn back. The other great thing is people have always hated omegas because of the fishy burps, right? The fishy aftertaste. Oh, just nasty. I had tried every omega on the market, liquid, all those kinds. You always had the fishy thing. It doesn't happen with this because they added wild orange oil. Protects the contents of the fish oil from getting rancid, but it also provides benefits like cholesterol reduction, energy, and inflammatory response. These are so good that you can bite into them and it tastes like wild orange and not like fish. You don't even have to swallow it if you don't want to. Amazing. This is an amazing product. So this is how you make your VMG better. And then if you want to do the best, you add our PB Restore. This combo is foundational health at its very peak, and it's an easy routine. You can do this all in 2 minutes. PB Restore is an advanced probiotic supplement designed to support your digestive health and overall well-being. It features a unique combination of prebiotic, probiotic, postbiotic, and bacteriophage to help restore balance in your gut biome. So a lot of fancy words to just say it's going to give your gut everything it needs to function properly. And the way the scientific team at doTERRA put these capsules together, truly, if you're a person who's into research, this is something you'd want to look into because it's really cool. They actually put things in there to feed the bacteria while it's waiting to be released into your body so that it all gets released at the proper time and at the proper dosage. Very cool. It's just an amazing 18 billion CFUs of 24 probiotic strains, promotes healthy digestion, nutrition absorption, and immune function. The dual chamber time release delivery system ensures that the probiotics reach where they're needed most, providing the most long lasting benefits. It's a great way to really it's a great way to take care of your gut health at the end of the day. And because our immune system is really generated in our guts, this is going to promote overall wellness. So you'll take 1 capsule of this a day. You're going to take 3 of the omegas and 1 packet of VMG. You literally can do this in under 2 minutes. Now, let's talk about customizing your wellness. Bonus time, right? I want you to notice my Facebook post that I added to this slide today. This is from day 53 of using the MetaPower Advantage, the orange box. I was notorious for having this contact dermatitis on my neck and other spots in my body, but it would get weepy, red, itchy, scaly, absolutely disgusting. And no matter what I did, it never totally went away. It would get less red and less worse than this. This is one of the peaks of really bad. But I started taking MetaPower Advantage for the perks of it. And here's a side benefit. My neck has been clear ever since. It does not matter what I do. Things that used to aggravate it, like drinking alcohol, which is like putting gasoline on a fire for your gut, right? I can now, in moderation, do and still not have a breakout. So, MetaPower Advantage with its collagen and its MNN, which is basically replacing the hormone that we stop making at 25 that causes us to age, is a hero to me. And if you're going to customize your wellness, this is one you want to add. I also love the MetaPower Recharge. It's better than any other electrolyte replacement on the face of the planet right now, because believe me, I looked. I have a child who has to have, she was recommended to take Gatorade with an extra tablespoon of salt every morning for her Ehlers-Danlos, which was absolutely disgusting. So we have looked at every single electrolyte salt and potassium replacement on the planet, and this one was the first one that I feel is really high quality and that she feels the difference. And it tastes good, doesn't taste nasty, and it's not full of colors and chemicals. Thank you. I love that. And then, of course, the other thing on here that I always love to show is the PB Assist. We all call those the pixie sticks, right? Because they taste like pixie sticks from when we were a kid. And that also has your probiotics in it. It's easy to take, and a lot of people will take it in place of dessert to help their sweet tooth craving after dinner and not have to have the extra thing. So when you order our MetaPower packages, you can add on some of these things also as bonus items. So we love that. So let's talk about the bundle. Foundational Wellness Bundle is something that you can get right now with your first order of the Foundational Wellness Bundle. You're also going to receive this very cool glass shaker bottle to shake it all up in to simplify your 2-minute routine, and a 5 ml of peppermint, which is awesome for anything, stomach issues, headaches, so many things that you can use that for. But this workshop would not be complete if we did not talk about building your medicine cabinet, right? We said we were going to cover both foundational wellness and treating our everyday things with pennies on the dollar. Each of these oils has a different natural effect on your body. You can use them aromatically by smelling, putting them in a diffuser. You can use them topically by putting them on your skin. We always recommend diluting them. And then you can also use a lot of them internally by swallowing them or putting them in a capsule or a drink. When you go to swallow them, we call that a sublingual load. The best way to do it is drop it directly under your tongue, because the biggest vein in your body is there and it will be absorbed the quickest into your system. Now, not every oil can be taken internally. How do you know which ones can and cannot? You simply look on the back of your bottle for supplement facts, like you would look on any other supplement that you were going to ingest. If you see supplement facts and like what's in a dose or a serving, then it's safe to take internally. If you do not see that, then this is something you would only use aromatically or topically. If you're ever in doubt, just reach out to whoever is helping you with oils and they'll help you work through that. But I also love that you truly cannot overdose on oils. Your body will use whatever you put into it. And if it's too much, it will get rid of it. So you don't have to have fear of that. People ask me that all the time. Am I going to overdose taking this? No, you're not. So we're going to go through these top 10 oils, and we're also going to tell you how you can get them free. You can build a free medicine cabinet this year. It's pretty cool. All right, let's start working our way through. I'm going to start with 3. I'm going to do 3 at a clip for the sake of time. The first order that you do, of course, you're going to get the peppermint in that bundle. So we can talk about that. The peppermint is so useful for so many things: headaches, motion sickness, any kind of stomach issues, energy. So the best way to get energized is put peppermint in your diffuser. A great combo in the morning is peppermint and wild orange. Peppermint is one of the very fundamental oils that we need to have in our medicine cabinet. Then we have lavender. We call that the Swiss Army knife of oils because it has so many uses. Anything skin related. If you get a bug bite, if you get a burn, if you get a sunburn, if you have anything skin related, you're going to put lavender on it. If you need to calm down, go to sleep, Lavender, always lavender. It's the calming oil. We love, love lavender. And then the third oil that you're going to get one of the months as your free oil would be lemon. Lemon, it smells beautiful. I always say if you have people show up at your house unexpectedly, just put a little lemon in your diffuser and they'll instantly think you clean all the time. It's like a psychological thing. Um, Also, lemon is amazing for adding to your water, but word of caution, you always want to add your oils that you're consuming in your water to either a metal or glass bottle. Do not add it to a plastic because it will actually draw the toxins out of the plastic into the water because that's what lemon does. So if you put it in your water bottle, you want to make sure it's metal lined or glass, and then using just 1 or 2 drops is sufficient with a big bottle. It'll help detox your body. Some other uses for lemon, if you have something that's sticky, a tag that's stuck on something, Play-Doh in somebody's hair, something in your carpet that you can't get out, lemon is your go-to to release the sticky, icky stuff. We love that. Okay. A couple more oils that you can get free throughout the year. We call these powerhouse staples. So copaiba. Copaiba is my personal favorite oil. I always like to share personal experiences. So when copaiba came out, I started taking it orally, sublingually under my tongue once a day because it was supposed to reduce inflammation, which it does. But at the time, I was suffering tremendously horrible hand tremors to the point that I was having a Parkinson's eval done by the doctor had sent me for that. And they told me I didn't have Parkinson's, that I had familial tremors and I needed to reduce my stress and get more sleep. Like that's possible. Okay. So I was like, okay, whatever. So I'm taking the copaiba for other things. And then one day I was in a chat and somebody said their hand tremors went away. And I looked down and I went, whoa, my hand tremors are gone. But, I'm kind of a science skeptic kind of girl, so I had to do an experiment. So I stopped taking the copaiba, and within 2 weeks, my hand tremors came back full force. So I haven't gone a day without copaiba since because my hand tremors are gone. So that's just one thing that it works great for. We always say copaiba, anything that you would use CBD oil for, you want to use copaiba in place of it. It's much more effective. The beta-carotene in here is so much higher than anything else you buy on the market. And you don't have to worry about the THC side effects, drug testing, all of that, because this comes from a tree in the Brazilian rainforest. It's amazing. Additionally, we have frankincense, which is one of the oils that you'll get free pretty quick on in this year as you're ordering your wellness bundles. We always say Frank is the king of oils because if you don't know if you're in doubt, you get your Frank out. That's kind of our catchphrase. So if you don't know what to do, frankincense it. But this is an oil that, especially if you take it internally, it's going to go into your body and look for what needs to be fixed and work on it without you even having to tell it. That's the genius of the way plants were created. This oil is also an amplifier. So if you're using your deep blue, which we're going to talk about in a minute here for discomfort relief, you can also add frankincense to amplify the effects. So many uses for frankincense. If you're having severe head discomfort, frankincense on your thumb to the roof of your mouth. There's just a million things you can do with frankincense. And it is not a cheap oil if you're buying real quality frankincense. So the fact that it's one of the free oils that you'll get throughout the year when you're ordering your wellness packets is really cool. And then of course, deep blue. Most people know deep blue when they think of doTERRA because it's one of our very favorite staple oils for anything discomfort. You can put it on that spot and the pain will subside very quickly. All right, let's talk about a couple more that you can get free. MetaPower. So you saw our MetaPower Advantage, the one that helped my skin clear up. This is the actual blend of MetaPower. This is going to help with all things metabolic. So if you're trying to drop a few pounds, this is your best friend. It's amazing for dry brushing if you're into that to help with sagging skin, all those things. Helps with cravings, sugar addictions. Anybody who's trying to control those kinds of things, MetaPower is their friend. And then we have Breathe. It does exactly what it says. It's the respiratory blend. So anytime that you need to open your airways, have respiratory support, quieter sleep, or you have seasonal threats, Breathe is your go-to oil. And Digest Zen is the other oil that is amazing for motion sickness, anything belly. We call this a broad spectrum oil. So whether you're going to the bathroom too much or not enough, this oil will solve the problem. You can apply it one of two ways. You can apply it to your belly in a downward motion if you need to use the bathroom more, and you can apply it in a circular upward motion if you need to use the bathroom less. We say turn the faucet on, turn the faucet off, right? This is also great oil to put in a capsule and take internally if you choose to. A lot of people, if their kids are having digestive issues, will also dilute this and rub it on their bellies to give them relief. I always say it's a weird way to use this, but it's so effective, is Digessun is amazing if you have congestion. You can rub it over your sinuses and nose, and it will immediately release that congested, stuffy feeling, and the mucus will start rolling out quickly. It's like a Pac-Man for mucus. So we love to use that way too. Okay, and then we have 4 more that you can get free over the next 10 to 12 months. Tea tree. My go-to on tea tree is if it's icky, it gets tea treed. If it's yucky, it gets tea treed. If it's downright nasty, it really gets tea treed. So my kids love tea tree to apply it to blemishes on their skin. It works great for things like foot fungus and anything like that. Just a word of caution, you do not want to put it into an open wound, but you can definitely put it around an open wound to support healing. And then On Guard, one of our heroes. Like this time of year, especially, I just flew in an airplane. I was all on guarded up in there, you guys. Like I had every kind of On Guard there was. But this is an amazing oil because even if you put it in your diffuser, like we use this at my chiropractic office pretty much on the daily, it has been scientifically shown to go into the air and grab the germs and kill them, which is super cool, right? You know, we have these other brands that claim they kill 99% of the germs. I don't believe that for a minute, but I do believe that On Guard can do it because I've seen the research and the science. And this is just the most amazing thing for overall immune support to keep you well and to help you get well if you do pick up a bug. The purple bottle here is Serenity, which is our calming blend. So think Zen in a bottle, right? If you need help support for sleep, we have a whole Serenity line. This is amazing. Anytime that you're stressed out, Serenity, even dropped in your hands, is going to help calm you. And then the last oil that we'll touch on briefly is Adaptive, the calming blend. This oil is one of the coolest ones I think I've seen introduced since I joined doTERRA, because it was explained to me when we first got it by one of my very researchy friends that what happens with the GABA that's in the Adaptive is that when your brain gets in that weird circle 8 loop where you're stuck in a thought and it just won't go away and it's spinning, 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 this puts a break in the train track so that those repetitive thoughts are stopped. It's very cool. I've seen amazing results for people who need extra support for being calm, who also need support in their mental health issues. This is a go-to oil to try straight out of the gate. So the fact that it's included in the freebies over the course of the next couple months, I think is very cool. And I've included on the screen some of my favorite diffuser blends that include Adaptive that are wonderful to try depending on what you're trying to accomplish for the day. All right, let's talk about this a little bit more. So how do you get all this good stuff, right? I always say it's mean to tell you all this good stuff and what it can do and then not tell you how to get it. So option 1, you can get your foundational wellness bundle. That's going to be your VMG, your Omegas, and your PV Restore. Of course, when you order that the first time, you're going to get the bundle that goes with it, which is your shaker bottle and your free 5 ml of peppermint. And if you're on the Zoom tonight, we want you to know that we have some extra special buys that include some other free oils. So make sure whoever invited you, you talk to them about how to get all the freebies that we have right now. Option 2 is kind of the upgrade, the better one, where we talk about getting all the, if you put this bundle on repeat, because you're going to want to opt into our O Rewards program where you earn freebies. And then one of these oils that we discussed, you're going to get one free each month just for continuing to take care of your foundational wellness. And then the last thing that we'll talk about is customizing your plan. So option 3 is adding on that Meta Power, maybe adding on some deep blue polyphenols, some MetaPower, some Terrazyme, which is amazing for your digestion, the PB Assist that we talked about. Basically, whatever you need to address in addition to your foundational wellness, talk to the person who invited you so that they can help you upgrade and customize your plan. So where do we go from here? That's always the question. What's your next step? Well, you want to make sure you get your foundational wellness started right away and start creating that free medicine cabinet from doTERRA. If you already have a membership, you can go ahead and order the foundational wellness bundle, the 3 pieces, and you're still going to get the VMG shaker and the free peppermint. And then as you're placing your orders throughout the month, you're going to get the free oils. If you're brand new to doTERRA and you don't have a VIP account, we'd love to help you get one and give you all those extra freebies that we have available now. There's some sweet deals because some of us are doing some extra things, and we can share our codes with our friends to get you free lavender and citrus bliss and free diffuser. I mean, it's amazing what all is free right now. And then the other thing is a lot of people get their get their products and they love them and they start talking to their friends about them. So we have options where you can learn how to use a referral code and use your influence over others to get your stuff for free. doTERRA will give you a little kickback in your account to use towards your order each month. So if you'd like more information on that, we call it the friends and family discount. We can tell you how to do that for earning free product credit. And then, of course, some people want to know how we do what we do. Those of us who are building a business might not be for you, but if it's something that piques your interest, we should have a conversation. Or person who invited you should have a conversation. Maybe you just want to make a few bucks to pay, a couple bills. Maybe you want to just pay for your oils. Maybe you want to pay for a big life that you've always imagined. You don't know how to get there because your job is not cutting the bills and you need to do more. So we have all kinds of options when it comes to the business plan. And we can't wait to share with you how that works and what you can earn. It's not for everybody, like I said, but some people really want to know those deets. So feel free to ask us. So I guess, what do you want to learn next? That's always the next question. We told you how to build the foundation. What do you want to learn next? Ask the person who invited you. Tell them what your top 3 concerns are. Once your foundation is laid, let's build on it and make things better. All right, I'm going to turn off my screen and I'm going to stop the recording. If I can figure out how to do that. Okay. Are you sure you're going to stop the recording?